with that said, I'm going to turn over to our co-winner of the hackathon. So Doug Hoolan is going to talk about the Animating Mannequin team and their team. And they're the ones that actually brought us a little global. So not only they work with the KU School of Nursing, but they brought in 2 Australian companies that were doing some of the development for them. So with that,
well, thank you. Yeah, and I want to also thank Dr. Herlihy. She's the head of KU School of Nursing Simulation Department, and we actually have a great team. Our goal with XR Animated Mannequin team is to bring immersive technology here to the Kansas City area and to train nursing schools here in the Kansas City area. There's approximately 22 of them, how to use this immersive technology. Immersive technology is very critical for the 2020s, and we're just excited about this opportunity. So what we did is we looked at one of the problems we were trying to solve is mannequins today are lifeless and expensive. They're anywhere from $30,000 to $200,000 for these mannequins. We want to have a more realistic immersive training experience. And we also looked at remote training. Like at KU School of Nursing, they actually have remote programs. And what they found is on average, you get a grade lower when you do a remote training environment. So how can we use XR technology and the power of 5G, T-Mobile's 5G, to have a solution? So we're real excited about these solutions. So here is a typical example of a nursing school. They might have 20 use cases of these mannequins. The problem is this could be a $200,000 mannequin, and if it's male, you then need a female. If it's old, you need a young. Depending on the condition of the disease state. So what we're trying to do is how can you lower the cost of nursing education and make it much more enjoyable and immersive solution. One of the problems in nursing program is there's a 28 million nurses globally. 1 out of 6 are actually going to be retiring soon. And so how can we create graduate-ready nurses and help with the nursing education program? Also, when we did some of the research looking at the business case for this, right now, physical simulation business is around $3 billion. That's going to grow to $8 billion by 2027. And we think that VR, XR, AR, we've looked at all the different solutions out there on how do we bring this immersive solutions to the marketplace. So with that, I just wanted to kind of do a quick overview of some of the technology. So, you have in fact, we have HTC Venkata brought his HTC devices. We were also trialing. The one thing is we were trying to bring the nurses into this immersive experience so they can understand the choices you have today. And so this is about a 3-pound device, 2.5-pound device. But the nice thing is the HTC Flow. This is now like 0.35 pounds, 185 grams. So, this technology is shrinking very quickly. And we also looked at the new eye glasses as also another option for the solution of immersive technology. Because one of the problems with this technology is it's heavy. If you want to try to use it for an hour, it can be very tiring. And so how can you have this immersive experience? The good news is, as this technology is coming, this is a slide from Qualcomm, that today, we have to tether with 5G, but very quickly it will go into the cloud. And in the next 5 to 10 years, you're just going to put on your smart glasses for a very immersive experience. And that's when the power of the T-Mobile 5G network just becomes incredibly powerful, coupled with this immersive experience. So we're really excited about this. I would want to also mention that Dr. Angelina Dayton, she's put over 30,000 students and people in VR. And we've been putting, as part of this program, we've been putting different nursing professionals into VR to train them how to use this immersive experience. So one area of learning this project is how to bring the nursing, the nurses know how to do healthcare great, and we're trying to help them, aid them with this immersive experience. So that's what we're focusing on. So we use virtual reality to train and educate the nurses. And to focus on how can we make a more graduate-ready nursing with this immersive technology to get them more engaged. So one of the platforms we're looking at is, as I mentioned, Bundle of Rays. They're out of Australia, and they're also coming here to the United States. They're working with a couple other nursing programs here in the United States as well, to have this immersive learning technology to improve data-driven learning, engagement, cost-effective solutions. They're one of the leading AR/VR software partners. Though while we're focusing on bundle of rays, we actually also are working with other applications as well to try to say what is the most optimal solution for the nursing students and the nursing schools here in the Kansas City area. So I'm going to show the demo at the end of this presentation just so you can see it. The other thing is we also work with First Aid VR. And so not only can we work with nursing schools, but how do we do with lay people? So we were looking at First Aid VR, where what happens when every person who has an Oculus Quest or an HTC device also can just download how to do first aid and how to do CPR. So can we come up with solutions where we make it more common for the average person to understand first aid, kind of gamification of first aid. So this is a demonstration of this solution for that, that opportunity. So our animated mannequin team, like I said, we've Dr. Angelina Dayton, Dr. Keitha Herlihy, Dr. Greg Thompson of KU in Lawrence, who has also been involved in our team. So what we're trying to do is bring great people within our team to engage with the nursing coalition, the nursing schools, and maybe investigate building a school of nursing coalition around immersive technology. So we've been focusing on University of Central Missouri and Kansas City School of Nursing, but we've also talked to a couple other nursing schools as well. We looked at different devices on saying what's the most optimal solution. And actually, I shouldn't say not the most optimal, but let the nurses know, the schools know what are the different options they can have so they can pick the best solution for them. And so we're reviewing the XR animating mannequin platforms and applications. Like I said, we looked at Bundle of Rays, we looked at SimX, which is actually incorporated in Bundle of Rays. We also looked at other applications. So we're looking at bringing immersive nursing education to the Kansas City area is what we're focusing on. And with that, I wanted to then show, hopefully I can do this quickly, the video, the demo video. And if you came to our, if you go out this way, you'll actually see and are you seeing that? Yes, you are. Good. So if you come to our demo, we actually have a booth, in our glass room where you can actually come in and you can go with the HTC or you can go with the Quest. And you can see what this solution is. So you have this immersive experience. So when these nursing students come in, they put these devices on and they go into an immersive experience where they're engaging with either anatomy training, soft skill training, the content. That's one thing we've been looking at is how do you take the content that's already developed with the nursing schools so that they're not recreating that content. But what we're doing is we're taking that content that's in the 2D world and make it into the 3D immersive world. That's the solution that we're working towards so that it makes it an easy, comfortable experience and a seamless navigation from the 2D world to the 3D immersive world. So with that, I'll open to questions, but this has been a great experience. Like I said, we built up a really good team, but we're always looking for more people. So if this is something that you're interested in being part of this team of this nursing coalition, engaging with the nursing schools in the Kansas City area, and how we can bring this immersive technology to the nursing schools, and then not only the nursing schools, but all the medical professionals. Please reach out to me, and we'll see how we're planning on having at least monthly meetings as we engage with this technology as we roll it out, specifically right now to the Kansas City KU School of Nursing, but then also other nursing programs in the Kansas City area. So with that, I'm open to questions. Thank you. Any questions yet?
Hey, Doug, good stuff. Is there a central repository or is someone building like the Google data set that has imagery of hearts and brains and all this stuff that you can tap into? Or is this pretty serial in terms of how this market is maturing? Is it a really stiff cliff to climb to get this imagery, or can you kind of just reuse others?
Yeah, so basically, Bundle of Rays and actually other companies like Victory XR, they use a platform called Engage. And Engage is a platform that allows different content creators to come in and bring their content and have a basic platform. So like if you come to our booth or to our room, we can show you how you go into Engage And you can, like, we can take you to different worlds, like we can go to Mars, we can go to whatever world you want to go to. And then you can bring in content, like if you wanted to look at a heart, we could bring a heart in. You know, if you like dinosaurs, like if for students, you know, we could bring dinosaurs in. We could bring all kinds of different content into the environment. So it's very flexible from that perspective. So, excuse me, the question is how do you take great content that's already been established and then make it into an immersive experience so students will want to be more engaged in that content.
Hey, Doug.
Yes.
Quick question. You mentioned that, you know, remote learners typically score grade level lower because it's remote.
Right.
Do you have any data based on, you know, being in an immersive 3D environment versus learning in 2D from a PowerPoint or what have you?
Yeah, I do have some data. In fact, if you send me an email, I'll send you that data. There's a company out of Stanford that has done that exact research. It's on average, now it's not 100% immersive, so it's a complement. So you do some, you know, in the physical world and some in the virtual world. So it's a hybrid approach. But what they find on average is about 1 grade better when you complement immersive technology with traditional technology.
Yeah, I was just wondering about the retention of the.
Yeah, the other nice thing is once they have this content, you know, before they would have to go into this environment where they have to learn, you know, you have to go into the, you know, the simulation department. Well, with this, if I want to do some training ahead of time, and I can just, you know, I can say, okay, I try it out, you know, I have my own home, so I can simulate it over and over again until I actually go into the mannequin room for the tests and so forth. So it's a way to simulate and to practice before you try it out in the real world.
Can I jump in really quickly?
What was that? Yeah, please.
Yeah, hi guys, I'm Brad. I'm down
Yes.
in Australia. I'm the founder of Bundle of Rays. So just on that validity question around, you know, is this better than what we currently do? That's a good question, by the way. But we're actually setting up an XR collective with tertiary academics around, you know, I hate this word metaverse, but learning in collaborative VR environments. So, you know, rather than just engagement, does it actually matter? You know, does that knowledge retention exist? And is there different pedagogical applications for, you know, a university or a college and how they use that tool to improve learning? So there are programs underway to investigate those key factors. Thanks, Doug, for the presentation.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Bradley. Before we jump to the next one, as I said, I have the advantage, I've kind of got to work with all the teams and stuff too, and this was a really interesting one in the sense that the advantage of this really stretching out over a year. You know, when we first met with, you know, KU School of Nursing, and they brought up, you know, can you animate this mannequin and do that? KU School of Nursing is one of the top nursing school programs in the country. Their simulation lab never put on headsets. So we got in there with them and started putting on headsets, and they're like, wow, well, what else could we do with this? So we are literally, you know, he hinted at it a bit. They are starting a pilot project this month with 20 students to go through 3 different modules to test out, to say, hey, what is it like to learn this? With the goal that this fall, they may launch 2 graduate level classes completely in virtual reality. For that. So, you know, it was a pivot that we took going through this process, you know, thought, well, you know, we could spend the time, you know, kind of animating this mannequin, or, you know, what are the other possibilities, and really rolled with that. So I wanted to add on to that presentation. So I think there's some really exciting things that will happen. And as he mentioned, we've already talked to 4 other nursing programs in Kansas City about building a coalition so we can really roll it all through. So I think some exciting things are going to come out of that. So thank you, Doug.
Thank you.
Thank you, team.